I don't want to be unsympathetic, but like, that was a stupid question.
Yeah.
Like, you're being stupid.
Grow up.
Grow the fuck up.
Grow up. Go
Fuck
enjoy
that guy.
your single time
Yes.
with your girls.
Poor girl doesn't even like going out, and then you're going to fucking guilt trip her?
Exactly. For enjoying some girl time, but you're like, this is a rule in our relationship. I could go out because it's just time with my... Again, I'm not dissecting this. This is stupid. Next question. Do you have anything left to say before I start this next one? Diagnose him, John.
Probably has a small penis.
Exactly. And welcome back to Give It To Me Straight. I'm Alex.
And I'm John, and we're your gracious hosts.
Seems like you're ready to fight someone.
I am ready to fight someone else. I'm ready to fight you, Alex.
That's what you were gonna say.
Your lipstick looks really nice today.
Thank you.
That's all you're getting.
Yeah, I don't know that you've ever like complimented a lip color.
I'm
for
not
me.
a big lipstick person.
It's like it's not lipstick. It was a matte gloss, I guess you would say. But thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed you have a very large suntan from your ring. Let me see.
I have my ring on.
I know, but it moved, and I was like, "Whoa, that's very
wow.
white underneath."
I don't know if that's a sun tan or a
like from being
Oh
wet.
wow, look at that.
Is it like?
Or
Yeah.
from being wet. I don't know.
Wow, it doesn't feel moist.
I got a fucking bony ass finger.
John and I have the same size hands. If you're watching on YouTube. Oh.
Same height.
It'll be great for when
Almost the same weight.
Now,
You're getting
literally, the other day when I went on the scale, I was like, John, how much do you weigh? I was like, oh my God, you're only 20 pounds heavier than me. I'm going to catch up to you.
Did you weigh the same yesterday?
I actually lost weight, probably from stress. Guys,
we gotta beef those numbers up.
we've been going through it. I like just up my protein. I'm just trying to make it through. This pregnancy, physically, you would think I'm very well. Mentally, the most
Dead
unwell
inside.
I've been my entire life. I've never cried more in my entire life. I've never gone to more doctor's appointments in my entire life. I think that I've aged at least 15 years, and I'm going to need a facelift by the time we have this child.
I thought Alex had a heart attack the other day.
I think I did
You're
have
like,
a heart
my
attack.
left arm is killing me. I'm like, what?
I think I did have a heart
No,
attack.
I think you had a panic attack.
And then I think I had a heart attack.
Okay. Well, you can confuse the two. There's similar symptoms, I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if I went to the doctor and they were like, you had a heart attack.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Kidding. I'm not
No.
kidding. This has just been horrible. Like,
Yeah, it's not been fun. Whoever
No.
said the pregnancy process is fun, it's not.
I mean, I think it's fun for people who are sure that things are going right. Like,
Right.
And that's the thing. It's like, I don't want to, I've tried not to look at other people's pregnancies and be like jealous or resentful because they just look like magical and beautiful. Because obviously, like, not everyone is going to talk about everything that they have going wrong in their lives, but it just does feel very isolating or just like wrong when, again, you've envisioned this process and it's just not what you thought it was going to be. But someone either in YouTube or on Instagram had posted a really good analogy. It was like, I'm going to butcher this. It's something about like, welcome to Holland, like your ticket to Holland. Like you're planning this trip to Italy. Everyone's coming back from Italy. They're so excited. And like you also plan your trip, but then you end up not where you expected. It's not that it's going to be worse. It's just going to be different. I don't know though. For me, this has not been different. It's been way worse. It's just like this
It's like
experience.
you didn't end up in Holland. You ended up in like Germany or somewhere. And it's like, you got to make Germany the...
No, you end up in Holland.
Oh, you are in Holland.
You were going to go to Italy.
Oh.
Whatever. It's just like comparing your experience to someone else. It just, when it's not what you planned, you might be disappointed, but it's not necessarily going to be worse. It's just going to be different. And that's okay. But this experience for us has just really taken a toll for sure.
Fun times, you know?
But that's life. Sometimes you go through seasons of life where they just take a toll. I think this is just testing us for parenthood.
Shockingly, I'm the one with the glass half full.
It's easy when like you're not
But I'm more saying like this will got to be like one of the hardest things we'll ever do.
ever go through.
So, you know,
this is like just the first
it's all
day.
downhill from here, baby.
This is the first day I'm not crying in a really long time.
If you can't tell.
Yeah. It's okay.
Anyways, okay. Anything else exciting?
What'd you do this weekend? We went to our friend's barbecue.
I like how you asked me.
And then I say, I know, I'm just cutting you off. That's what I do, John.
Go ahead. Go.
We went to our friend's barbecue, which was really nice. I realized that being in a good neighborhood with good neighbors, there's nothing like that. Like they had all of their kids in the backyard. The neighbors got together. They were all just chilling. Everyone's watching out for each other's kids. And I'm like, I grew up in a neighborhood like that, and we're currently not in a neighborhood like that.
If you have kids, you got to be in a neighborhood like that. If you don't have kids, I don't want to know my fucking neighbors.
Right, but we have one on the way, and we don't live in a neighborhood like that. We're going to have to go to like my parents.
When he's young, who cares? Like
That's
it's when he
true.
starts moving around and shit, then you got to do something. In the
Yeah.
beginning, I saw these videos about like, really, the kids. It's not interacting in the beginning. It's
parallel
like mirror,
play.
yeah, parallel play.
Because we were saying that that's what we like to do with each other, or like a
What?
few years ago, parallel play, where it's like, I don't necessarily want to be hanging out with you.
Just
I want to
near
be
me.
hanging out near you.
Yeah, like
but
a
kids
cat.
do that. Yeah.
So yeah, we got a couple of years before that, but that's my thing. Like, if we didn't have a kid, I wouldn't want to know I don't want to like be in each other's business and like have someone like just like come knock. Like, don't just come knock on my door. You know, call me. Let's see where I'm at.
I guess it's just like different. I grew up in like I'm walking into your house, like, and I know that like there's different boundaries now.
It's a double standard because I did the same thing.
Right.
And now I know why my friend's mom hated me.
Because you would just be like, is Jimmy home to play?
Yeah, my buddy Zach, because he had all the cool toys. I just roll into his house.
That was how we communicated too. It's like I couldn't always use the phone. You had to walk over and knock on your neighbor's door. So you had to physically be close to people. But it was just nice going to their house. And I was like, what a nice environment this is for like all the kids, the parents, they're just chilling.
We're in a rude fucking awakening. I mean, I was stressed out. There's 30 kids, it was all young couples with their kids. I'm like, oh my God.
But to be fair,
it's crazy.
Our friend brought up a good point. She was like, but then it's like a true village because everyone is looking out for each other's kids. And it was like that because like she was running inside to grab burgers and then it's like, you know, someone else.
Her kid was about to parkour off the trampoline. Some parent had to help them.
Yeah. And
another
so,
kid's crying. Some kid's choking on something.
But everyone is helping, which is nice. But I do actually have a question unrelated. Growing up, did you call it the event where people got together and ate burgers and dogs? What did you call that? You called that a cookout. Here we call it a barbecue. But then like when I went to North Carolina, going to school there, everyone was like, oh, it's a cookout. It's a cookout. I'm like, what's at a cookout? It's just like the event. It's the same event, but they're called different things.
What I do miss from North Carolina is
the barbecue.
Cookout.
Oh, cookout.
Their milkshakes.
So we were right next to one too when we lived there.
That was a rough area though.
Yeah.
I watched a full-blown fist fight in front of my car over a milkshake. I was like, oh my God.
But their plates, it was the best like drunk hangover food too. But their milkshakes, so good. We need
Anything
to go.
about fast food in North Carolina though, I just like the sodium intake, like Bojangles.
Oh my God, I love Bojangles.
You think you were high because your lips are just sucking
Yeah.
inside of your face because of all the salt from the bow rounds.
Perfect for game day. I'm like, let's go to an NC State game. We'll start pre-gaming with Bud Lights at
Wait,
8
I was
a.m.
on like not like a commercial, but you know, like in between the like commercials for the game.
Commercial break.
Yeah, for Bojangles.
You were on a Bojangle.
It was
commercial?
Bojangles or Chick-fil-A. Not like an actual commercial, but like
But it was like, this is sponsored by Bojangles.
and we're all like, ah, at the
Go
tailgate.
team.
Yeah.
Was it first date?
Yeah.
It was?
It's before I met you.
Go Wolfpack. Wait, really? What year?
I was like with Clinton, something I don't remember.
Was I there?
I don't even know.
So you can't even think of the
You
year?
were probably in school.
That's what I mean. Like maybe
I was out of school.
you don't remember what year?
No, probably like 2000. I don't know, a year before I met you. Probably a year before I met you.
Then no, because I graduated 2014.
Oh.
And I quit the dance team.
I graduated 2014.
Well, from when?
My
From
OT
what?
from
Oh,
OT
your
school.
master's?
Yeah.
Oh, but you're
So technically we were
undergrad.
at school at the same time.
Technically, we're like the same age.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I like that.
Also, I'm like other things that have happened. John, for his birthday present, I got him a bike, and he's deciding to be an unsafe Sally and ride it around in his Crocs without a helmet. So I would like everyone in the comments to bully John into wearing a helmet.
I'm not like going into town with or anything. I'm going
I don't
on
care,
little
John.
side streets through the neighborhood, just cruising.
Even if you weren't about to be a future father, you have me. Like, you can't leave me on this fucking planet alone. Don't end up with a head injury. Just why not be safe? Safety first. I'll
You gave
wear
me
a
the
helmet.
nerdiest looking helmet.
It's safe.
Like, I deserve
it
to
was
get
an
punched in the face.
expensive outfit. And you wouldn't get hurt.
First off, Alex got me a small.
Then I exchanged it for a large.
Yeah.
I
was
didn't.
not fitting my
No, I
dome.
meant to order a large, but like they sent a small. I maybe didn't check the size.
Speaking
chart.
about Alex ordering things, I'm just like, you order shit, just pay to have them put it together and stuff. I don't care if that's privilege to say, whatever. I'll even take a loan out. I don't want to fucking put anything together because I don't want it. I don't want any of it. You
Well-
buy it and then they wrap. Everything that comes is wrapped in 9 gazillion things of plastic and I can't get it. So I have to use the box cutter. Then I fuck it up and I cut the chair or whatever because I can't get the plastic off. Don't do that to me. I'm so annoyed. I am annoyed. And they're going to break down the fucking boxes. And I have not stopped breaking down boxes. We've been here for almost 2 months.
This is what happens when you move.
When we move.
It's not my fault that like the deliveries come and you're like, I'm gonna do this right now.
You would never do it. There's shit that's
What are
been
you
in the
talking
garage
about?
since.
We just talked about like putting together this piece of furniture. Yeah, I couldn't lift it up the stairs, so I needed your help.
I don't need
built it by myself.
no. Don't play the
I'm so
pregnancy
pregnant,
card.
John.
Don't play
I
the
can't
pregnancy
lift
card.
things.
You could just sit there and just cut the
If
plastic.
I wasn't doing anything, I'd be like, yeah, let me help John. But I was literally working.
It's torture. I'm just saying it is the worst.
Then call, what is that like company called? TaskRabbit.
Just so everyone knows, Alex got an outdoor furniture. 8 chairs come. I've been trying to unwrap 1 chair for an hour. I'm not even on the other 7 yet.
I'll
Every
do it.
bar on that chair is wrapped with some amount of plastic.
Maybe don't use like a box cutter. Use like a pencil.
A pencil?
Yeah, like you stab in. A pencil's not going to cut the chair.
You're not going to cut through that plastic.
I guarantee you I could get it off pretty quick.
It's just like, ugh.
Again, John, this is what happens when you move. And then you are like, why are these chairs $8,000? I'm like, well, the chairs that are $8,000, those ones come
I can go to
already
Walmart
made.
and pick up a bunch of
This is what you
plastic
get. You get
folding
what,
chairs.
You get what you pay for. These ones were
The plastic folding chairs are already
cheap.
together at Walmart. I could take them and I could just put them up by the pool.
And then we go to someone else's house who has nicer chairs, and you're like, why didn't you buy nicer chairs, Alex?
I would not,
Why didn't you buy
I
nicer?
would not say that.
Our chairs are shit, Alex. Why'd you get those? Why'd you get those folding chairs? It's like, I'm damned if I'm do, I'm damned if I don't. I'm not spending the top dollar for chairs because I know it's, again, like they're going to come white glove service, but like it's $1 bajillion. And it's ridiculous how expensive furniture is. So I'm like, who cares? You spend an extra hour unwrapping it, building it
Again,
yourself a little
1
bit.
hour was 1 chair, so I need another 7 hours.
I don't believe you. 1 chair?
The whole time you were on that call, I was out there with that 1 fucking chair.
Okay, well, I'll help you. We'll go tackle this after the podcast.
I'm throwing them out.
Just wear your helmet, okay?
You bought yourself a bike. Did you buy a helmet?
Yeah.
Did you really? You didn't buy yourself a helmet. So you bought a bike and you don't even have a helmet.
Because I don't have a bike
Wow.
yet. I need the bike to
The
come.
kettle calling the pot black.
John, am I out there riding my bike yet? No, it's like getting a car. Like why would I buy one of those things that make your car smell good if I don't have a car yet? You know? Like why am I going to buy a helmet? Like I need to get the bike first, see what matches and what looks good. I also have to build the bike. We just buy a lot of things that need to be built.
I'll build the bike. That's what's going to end up happening. I'll end up building the bike.
Thank you.
So annoying. So we watched Dune 2 the other day.
Oh,
And I just
maybe don't piss the people off.
I need to a little bit. I mean, I'm no critic, but I'm just saying everyone's like gave this movie mad reviews. I just feel like any movie that's won a ton of awards, besides doing like very artistic movies, I haven't liked a single movie.
Well, because they're
we've
slow.
watched. I'm like, oh my god, this
Also,
is so goddamn boring.
I just think naturally because of social media, everyone's attention spans are just shorter now. So something that might not have felt draggy 10 years ago does feel really draggy right now.
Besides Dune being draggy, the thing that I was just couldn't wrap my head around, even though the whole thing's like sci-fi, is riding the worm. Okay, I just want to say he had this whole massive trial. I'm not like a lot of spoilers, but I'm going to say this. There's a whole massive trial for him to like be part of the Sand People or whatever, whoever their posse is.
I'm really trying to not make a joke about riding your worm right now. That's all I'm thinking about. Keep going.
So he's got like his final test is to like ride this worm, sandworm, to be part of the Sand People. And it's like literally 10 minutes of him montage getting ready to ride the worm. Rides the worm. Yeah, he's part of the team. And then like later in the movie, and it was this whole to do for him just to get on there. And then later in the movie, you see the whole fucking clan. The whole village is on one worm. Even one lady in the basket.
Right.
So somebody hooked the worm and somehow got her inside the basket
Like, the worm
onto
is
the
basically
worm.
just like the LIRR now. Like everyone just goes on so easily. It doesn't make sense.
Do they just live on the worm now? Maybe that's where they just like have their camp set up.
Maybe the worm is kind of like how in Avatar you have to make the connection first and then it likes you.
You're not connecting with that thing.
I don't
that
know.
thing looked vicious.
I wasn't.
But that was the most annoying part of that movie
Into
for me.
it.
That just irked the shit out of me. Everything else, like, yeah, believable.
Yeah, believable. Like drinking the poison, all the. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you all the things. I was just like so checked out.
Timothy Chalamet.
Mm-hmm.
Did he knock up Kardashian?
Oh yeah.
Look at me with
I
pop
think
culture.
So
they're having a baby?
And Justin, I almost said
Bieber.
Justin Timberlake, but yeah, Justin Bieber, he's pregnant with Haley too. Well, no, she's pregnant.
2024, Year of the Dragon. Everyone's getting knocked up.
Everyone's having babies. Well, I hope that they have healthy pregnancies
Yep.
and healthy babies.
Okay.
Godspeed.
Just bringing us back down.
It's all that's on my mind.
Okay. I think that's it, huh? Should we pack it up?
Yeah, let's go home. I would really like to take a nap. I'm so mentally exhausted. And before we get into it, this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Can you believe how quickly this year has flown by? I can't. It feels like it's dragging.
Forever.
What's something you're proud of accomplishing in 2024 so far? Getting pregnant and having a baby.
Getting Alex pregnant.
And what's still on your to-do list for the rest of the year? Give birth. When life moves this fast, it's so important to take a moment to celebrate your wins and make adjustments for what's ahead. That's where therapy can really make a difference. It helps you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the next 6 months. If you've been thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire, and you'll be matched with a licensed therapist. Plus, you could switch therapists anytime with no additional charge. You guys know that I love therapy. It's the only thing that really gets me through life. I love to talk about my problems to my therapist, my problems with pregnancy, and my problems with John. Sometimes just my problems with anything, really. We love it. So take a step towards a better you with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/straight today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/straight. Well, let's jump into questions, okay? This one is not really a question, but I did want to kind of bring this up to see what you thought was appropriate, if we can like talk about this now. Someone did write this in. Can you please tell us who your famous neighbor was in LA now that you moved? No, we can't.
Oh, no?
I don't think so. I mean, we're going to go back.
Is he famous?
Yes.
I kind of have a bone, whatever.
All we could say is he's in the music industry.
All right, we won't say his name because
Because you could find out where he lives. And I don't think that that's appropriate.
Also, you thought he was
Hot shit.
hot shit. So I won't say his name since I'm talking shit.
He's in the
All I'm
music
saying, I'm
industry.
like, dude,
Relax.
it was your dad. Relax.
Exactly.
Okay, like, shut up.
I just think some people in LA, I mean everywhere, are just on such a high horse.
I know.
And you're like, your dad got
Did
you
you do it
there.
yourself?
Your dad lifted
Did
you.
you do it
on your
yourself?
high horse.
No.
Right, yeah. Whatever. It's not his fault that he's a Nepo
Grew up with
baby.
a silver spoon.
Yeah. But he just like, I think that you can be kind and a good neighbor. Actually, I did have a question for you too. When you move to a new neighborhood, your neighbors are supposed to be the ones to introduce themselves, right? Like I saw a
I
TikTok.
hope nobody does.
I know you don't, but like I would like to know who lives around us because I saw this TikTok of a girl and she was new to a neighborhood and she's baking sourdough bread for all of her neighbors because she's introducing herself. And everyone in the comments is like, your neighbors are supposed to come to you. And I'm like, that's so true. When you're
you
new
move,
to
yeah.
a neighborhood, like your neighbors, like you're the noob, they're supposed to come greet you. Only one person came and I didn't even meet them.
If any neighbors are listening,
And
please don't come.
Please come.
Don't.
I want new friends.
No, you don't. And remember that video we saw? It was a retired FBI agent. He goes, don't make friends with your neighbors. Because when shit goes down, say something happens between you two, bad blood, they know your business.
I don't think you have to
They can fuck
be
you over.
best friends with your neighbor, hang out with them every day, but to just like know who they are.
It's a hard line though. I mean,
know.
it's a hard line. What am I looking for? The word. It's just
thin
like
line.
it's risky. It's risky.
I don't know. I think that you should at least know who they are.
One town over, I'm down. Right next to me.
One town over, but like you almost want your neighbor to look out for you. Like our other neighbor in LA, they were great. It's like we got together with them once in a while. We always had each other's backs. It was kind of like
okay, that's fine. But you don't know what you're gonna get.
You don't, but like you can meet them and then cross that bridge when you get there. Anyway, so yeah.
This could be like Disturbia.
We didn't
with
tell you
Shia
who
LaBeouf.
oh my gosh, that was a good movie. I love that movie. This we didn't answer who it was, but I don't know, maybe you could do some digging and find out. Anyway, next question. My current boyfriend and I have been together for almost a year now, and he is still embarrassed when people ask how we met. We met on Facebook dating, and while I have no shame when people ask, he has said before that he prefers if we just say we met on Facebook, not Facebook dating. Should I be worried that he feels some type of way about how we met?
There's a dating app on Facebook?
I don't know if it's still
What's
a
the
thing.
difference?
I think it's like, yeah, like a dating app.
You know how it works?
No, I don't, John.
I mean, no, like, have you ever...
Was it a thing, but when we were
I've
dating?
never heard of it. This is the first time I ever heard Facebook had a dating
Yeah,
app.
I think.
I wonder how it works.
You should go on it.
I don't have... My Facebook logged me out.
I was joking, but...
Can you fix that, by the way?
No, I don't know.
I fucking hate technology. I've been locked out of my Facebook for like 3 months. It's like, how do I fix that?
I don't know, Grandpa. Like maybe later, if you rub my back, I'll log in for you. I'll make you a new password. We'll get it all sorted.
Honestly,
don't you worry.
I don't want it. Whatever.
Okay. Well, I don't know. John has been the type of person from the beginning when I was like, ooh, what's our story? We met on Tinder. Like, what are we going to say? And she's like, we met on Tinder. Why the fuck would we lie? But to me, him saying we met on Facebook versus Facebook dating, like that's basically the
Semantics.
same thing. Yeah, I'm like, that's basically being like, we met on Tinder versus Tinder Plus. Like, who cares? Facebook is Facebook. So,
But I wouldn't feel some sort whatever. It's not like
he's saying we met at the grocery store. If he wanted to come up with a whole new story, I
even
might
if
be
he
concerned.
did, who cares? Why be concerned? It has nothing to do with anything.
Not-
if you
not concerned,
are you
but-
like scared he's like cheating on you or
No,
something?
it's more just like, why are you embarrassed about the way that we met?
No, then that's fine. I don't think that's a big deal.
He is essentially saying where you met. If you guys met on Facebook,
True. I mean, he's not really saying anything
he's not
different.
really
But I'm saying
avoiding
even
it.
if he was like, let's make up some sort of thing because he's like embarrassed about it, that's fine too. I don't think it's that big.
So
of a
if
deal.
I said we met playing beach volleyball, you would say, yeah.
Sure, but just so you know, I'll fucking forget and end up saying Tinder.
Okay, fair. Next question. My husband always makes comments on how I dress. He doesn't like my clothes, but I consider myself to be decently fashionable and I love what I wear. I try to wear things that I know he will like, but the problem is that I absolutely hate his clothes and it makes me a little unattracted to him. I have bought him things that I would like to see him in and he refused to wear them. How do I find a middle ground?
Well, you got to find something that he feel comfortable wearing. It's all about being comfortable in your own skin, in what you're wearing, and feeling confident.
Yeah, who the fuck cares? If you feel confident in what you're wearing, I'm like, I don't care. Like, do I think you look stupid? Sure. But if you feel comfortable and confident, look at me. I'm literally gorgeous in my sweats.
I was saying more so like finding him something that he feels confident. Like understand why he doesn't like the
I'm
clothes.
like, no, your opinion doesn't matter. Like if he's confident and if you're confident, who cares?
Well, you're saying because she's doing the same thing to him.
But if that's what my point. And like you both just wear what you want to wear. If he comes to you and he's like, hey, I need fashion advice, you can put your 2 cents in. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes you've made comments about like, I wouldn't wear that. And I'm like, I don't care. I like it. I'm going to wear it. And you're like, okay. You always bring up that one tank top. You're like, I hate that tank top.
In Raleigh?
Yeah.
It was like this spaghetti strap thing. You were like sweating all in it. And like, can you like,
So was it the
can you lock it up?
Was it the sweat or was it just like,
I don't know. You just look disheveled. And I'm like, what is happening here?
it was like 100 degrees. So was it the tank top? Because you brought the tank top up for years. You're like, I hate that tank top.
I don't know.
John
Was it
also,
orange? It was like
yellow.
some bright ass color.
Yeah, it was bright yellow.
Yeah.
I loved it, and I still wore it, even though John said he didn't like it because I liked
You can
it.
do what you want. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it sounds like you both enjoy how you dress. Who cares?
Because she's unattracted to him. I mean,
break
I
up
think
with him.
I think you.
Like, I don't know.
Well, I
Stop
think you guys
complaining.
can both. You guys are both gonna have to talk about it because obviously he doesn't like how you dress either. So you're gonna have to figure it out.
Maybe you just aren't each other's type. Like
It's clothes.
But some people have a very strong type when it comes to clothes. Like if you were walking
What
around
was he wearing
in
beforehand?
skinny jeans and a studded belt, like back in 2007.
I did. I had a dual stud belt. The cool guys had the 3.
So did I. I had dual, and I would wear it backwards because I thought that was fucking cool with my Converse and my skinny jeans. So if you were still wearing that, I'd be like, that's not my style. You're not my type. Because if that's like your style, what you like to dress.
So you're saying maybe she didn't mind his style in the beginning.
I'm just saying, you sound like you guys aren't meant for each other.
Because of the clothes.
It's obviously not going to work out. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I think you just have to find you have to find common ground. And you said, how do I find middle ground?
Maybe instead of just buying clothes
Get
for
a
him.
stylist.
Or that. Get a stylist. Or maybe instead of just buying clothes, you guys go together and kind of feel them out. Be like, what kind of clothes are you into? And see the clothes that he's into. And then like, how can you kind of push your own style into that.
And make it fun. Maybe do like a fashion show with each other.
Give him choices.
Yeah. Like go on Pinterest, figure out like what each other likes. Cause we've done that before like a trip or something that we're doing. We'll go on Pinterest and I'll be like, what do you think of this for you? What do you think of this for me?
You've never done that for me. But
No, for sure. I have. Like,
did you ever buy me anything?
No. Cause you have to try them on. You can't just buy things online.
I know.
Anytime
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Well, I'm just like standard slim girl. Like not right now. I have to try everything on now, but like everything is just standard. And I'm also, if things don't fit me, I'm just like, I give it to someone or I donate it. I'm terrible with that. I'm not a good returner, but.
Oh, I'm like a little spark plug. I don't know. I have this weird body. Nothing fits me.
Because you have a really slim waist, but then you're built more up top, but then your height, like I just can't, I would love to surprise you with things. But again, everything that I buy you end up returning. So I can't. And I'm like, let me just.
It's going to be Kirkland sweatpants.
Not. Kirkland has great
I do
shit.
like that, like a style that's coming more and more into play now is athleisure, like sweatshirt, sweatpants are the same color. It's perfect.
Like a set.
Yeah. Anyways, next question.
I'm in a long distance relationship and I leave my boyfriend hidden notes in his room to find. He loves them and knows that I do this. In an attempt to find a new spot, I opened the trunk in his room and to my surprise, it was full of lingerie, not in my size. I can only assume it's all the lingerie he bought for his ex-wife and took during the divorce because she cheated on him. He probably didn't want her wearing lingerie he bought for another guy. But they are divorced now and he and I have been together for half a year. It hurt to see he kept it. How do I bring this up, or should I even bring this up? Was I wrong for opening the trunk even if I had good intentions? What do I do?
Is she just assuming?
I know.
Are
I'm
you
like,
assuming that's why?
if I opened up a box or a trunk and found lingerie and someone who was divorced, I would not just assume it was his ex-wife's.
What was your thought?
Another girl? Oh, you think he wears it?
I was thinking he was wearing it.
He might. You just have to ask him. Like, I don't understand. Why aren't you asking? Like, the second I saw
Instead
that,
of asking, you're just going assuming that it's his ex's.
Well, communication. We'll say it to you.
Ask him.
Communication. Obviously, bring it up. You found it. Wow, John, keep going. Go. Oh, keep going. I was like, he's got lungs. He's got lungs. I don't think you were wrong for opening it. You were trying to hide a fucking fun note for him.
No, just the weirdest part of this is you just
You're
making
like,
this whole story up in your head. Yeah.
And he didn't want her to wear it.
That guy could be butt flossing.
John, I don't need the visual.
He's like, ooh.
Ooh, ah. And
This
like
is my Tuesday wear.
to each their own. But how are you going to know? Like, of course you have to bring this up. What do you mean? I would be thinking about this all day long. Gosh. Do we answer this? Bring it up. Talk to him.
Yeah, fucking ask him. You're trying to do something nice. Be like, hey, I was trying to put a fucking note in your in your sex box, and what do I know? What do you know?
What do you
What do
know?
I know? What do you know?
Like, what are these? What are these?
Why would that be the main thing he takes from the divorce? You're fucking, you're leaving me?
And
well,
keep
guess
it.
what? I'm taking this trunk of fucking thongs.
Why would he keep it and not throw it away? Is his plan to give it to his next girlfriend?
He's either wearing it or he's sniffing them.
Okay, one or the other. But you won't know unless you ask. Next
Did
question.
she smell them? Well, smell and see if they smell funky. Because if he didn't wash them,
I know, but it could be from his ex or from him.
Now it's this whole
if
thing.
it smells
This
funky,
could be.
John, it doesn't mean
because
like,
he doesn't want to clean off her scent.
or his scent. They could be his. Or
she would know
else's.
what he smells like.
I don't
right?
think if I
all you women know how your men smell. Like you always say, there's like a scent.
I literally don't know how your ball. I mean, I do know how your ball smells. I don't know how your butthole smells.
I mean, his dick's got to go in the front of it. Smell the front.
I miss your peen.
Do you actually you have sense? Thank you for that. I miss your vajayjay.
Sense?
Like a guy's scent, like.
Oh, did
Is
you
that a
just
thing?
see a TikTok where this girl?
No, I've heard it. It's
I
like-
love when my man comes out from inside of working, or comes inside from working outside, and he's all sweaty, and he comes into the car and she sniffs his
What
spit.
the fuck are you watching?
It came up on my page. It was funny.
You're probably watching. I bet you watch that guy who's got his shirt off cutting the wood.
Cringe. No. Because when you're doing it on purpose, like this was a girl talking about her man. If a guy, that stuff has never tickled my fancy.
He's like, let me put my suspenders
Stop.
on, no shirt.
Your Canon
It's impressive.
camera. No, but you're doing it and whatever. Maybe if you're, I don't know, whatever. To each their own. I just to me, I
My
don't
mom
loves it.
Oh my God. I've walked by my mom. I've walked by my mom.
Her explore page.
She's got her glasses on. She's on the couch.
No, but
and
also
she's just watching
her phone.
these just roided out dudes
Okay, but
doing
her phone
workouts.
is also zoomed in. You know how people have their phones zoomed in 2 times,
The
3
big
times,
icons,
so they get
yeah.
big text. That's your mom's. But yeah, all of it is just bros who are jacked.
The worst part is my mom will be like, why don't you look like that? And I'm like, you think that's natural?
Yeah. She's like, John, try harder.
Try hard. That guy's 300 pounds of solid muscle throwing up 350.
And I don't help. I'm behind her. I'm like, yeah, John, why don't you look like that? No, your mom's hilarious. But anyway, where were we going? Bring it up. This is just, I don't think that, Sorry, there's a foot under my rib again. I don't think that you.
What? Oh yeah, Alex keeps saying our son's foot is wedged under her rib cage.
If you have had a baby inside you, you know what it feels like.
People are probably gonna in the comments be like, "Oh my god, that means da-da-da-da-da-da-da."
That means he's got too much room in there or not enough room. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, bring it up to him. And then give us an update. I want to know whose it was. If you ever find out.
I'm always thinking of the other. What's going on? You know.
There's
always
more
than
John.
one.
You're always thinking outside the box.
I am,
you know. Yeah.
There's-
Detective John.
Detective John. There's always something else going on.
Love Dr. John. He's not
Love
only
Dr.
love
John.
doctor. He's not only just a
Detective
doctor.
John.
Yeah. Jacked John.
Jacked John.
Next question. My boyfriend hates it when I go out to the bar with my friends. For context, I'm definitely a homebody and I don't like to go out. But once in a while, my girlfriends will invite me out. And he has this rule in our relationship that I am not allowed to go out, but he is allowed to go out to bars, clubs, etc. I used to be fine with this rule, and it's not even that I want to go out, but I find it very confusing. He says it's because the only reason girls go out to the bar is to hook up with guys, and guys go out to the bar to have fun with their boys. I explained how ridiculous this is, as I have never been unfaithful to him, but it remains a boundary in our relationship. Is this normal? No. Break up with your boyfriend. Next question. My sister and brother... That's it.
I mean, it's basically, yeah.
He's
that's
controlling.
Again, controlling.
He's insecure.
Anytime, let's just so everyone knows, let's just break it down to the simple brass tacks. If somebody's telling you not to do something and they're doing it, that's controlling.
Well said. Next question. My sister.
Is that it?
Yeah. I mean, what else do we have to say? It's like,
come
are
on.
you for
I know.
real?
Come on, lady.
Like,
come on.
Obviously, this is not right. Like, why would you not have the same rights as your fucking boyfriend? He's trying to control you. Like, this is unhealthy. This is not normal. You know it's not normal. That's why you wrote in. Break up with your fucking stupid boyfriend who's insecure. Next question.
That's
My sister and brother-in-law have 2 kids, ages 2 and 4. I don't have time. I don't have time.
I don't have time for this.
We don't. We have other questions. My sister.
We have other questions with people who actually have real questions that aren't asking stupid questions.
Next question.
I don't want to be like
The
unsympathetic.
amount of times that I've read the beginning of this sentence.
I don't want to be unsympathetic, but like, that was a stupid question.
Yeah.
Like, you're being stupid.
Grow up.
Grow the fuck up.
Grow up. Go
Fuck
enjoy
that guy.
your single time
Yes.
with your girls.
Poor girl doesn't even like going out, and then you're gonna fucking guilt trip her.
Exactly. For enjoying some girl time, but you're like, this is a rule in our relationship. I could go out because it's just time with my. Again, I'm not dissecting this. This is stupid. Next question. Do you have anything left to say before I start this next one?
He's probably.
Diagnose him,
he
John.
probably has a small penis.
Exactly. My sister and brother-in-law have 2 kids, ages 2 and 4. They often ask my wife and I, my parents or grandparents, to watch them while they go have couples time, going on dates, hanging with their friends, getting drinks, etc. The issue with this is they are always gone way longer than they originally mentioned, and we all have to alter our days or nights to accommodate that. I'm talking, they say, hey, we'll be home by 10 p.m., and they end up coming home at 2 a.m. My wife and I do not have children yet and are still enjoying our us time, so we don't prefer to spend our evenings babysitting on the weekends either. To make matters worse, both kids are not potty trained, and if I'm being honest, not very good listeners either, hitting, back-talking, fighting, etc. This has caused a family divide because we all feel the need to make up excuses not to watch them now because it has become too much of a trend. We have all suggested getting a babysitter and even sent links to specific people who are willing to babysit. They refuse to get a sitter. What would you do?
Who are the ones with the kids?
My sister and brother-in-law have 2 kids.
Your kids suck. Sorry. Fucking make them better listeners.
They often ask
Train
my wife
them.
and I. So yeah, it's this guy's sister.
No, I don't feel bad. You don't have to do. When you have a kid, it's no one else's responsibility.
But yours.
Yeah.
And it's like, again,
That computer sounds like it's about to
it's
explode.
1,000 degrees.
Lift it up. Don't use your phone. Use my phone.
You need a new phone anyway.
Okay.
It'll melt your phone. That's fine. It's not even working. That's good enough.
I just if we were in the ocean, there's one life preserver. I guarantee you would
We'd share
steal
it.
that so quick.
No, I wouldn't. I would share it
and
with
let
you.
me drown.
No, because you have so much muscle mass because you're so strong that I would let you take it because I'm a good swimmer. I was a lifeguard, Alex.
I was on the swim team.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I mean, obviously they're being inconsiderate of your time, which is my number one issue. Like, I don't care. Yes, like you want to help out your family members. You said yes to that. That's great. But the fact is that they don't respect you guys enough to stick to their schedule. I understand you might hit traffic or like, but from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., that's also impacting now your following day. I'm like, okay, if you're going to pick them up at 10 p.m., I could be in bed by 11, wake up, have to do this. It's like, if they're not home till 2 a.m., that's fucking up your schedule. No.
Just like no common sense. People just assume other people will do shit for them. Oh my God, I would never, ever, ever, ever watch that kid again.
But have you brought this up to them? Have you said, hey, the reason why I don't want to watch your kid is because you never stick to your timeline and you're disrespectful of our schedules?
You got to say something.
That's what I mean. Like, don't.
It's funny where it's like so much easier to stand up for yourself or like speak up about something. Cause like last week, we had a really hard question where it was like
the friend one.
The friend, like I don't want to be friends, but it's like because that person didn't really do anything.
Okay. Also, someone in the comment was like, well, this what they still didn't say what to say. Like if you're still gonna communicate with your friend that you don't want to be friends with them anymore, no one gave good advice. No one said what to say. Like
the one person said, "I felt bad and I apologized years later." So it's like,
right. Like there's no good way to communicate, I don't want to be your friend. You did nothing wrong.
It's tough.
To a friend, like in a
But
relationship.
if somebody does
yes.
something wrong, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Doors open.
Again, it's like, don't come at us for our advice when we're like, we didn't have great advice. But like when you're like, that's a terrible, immature way. It's like, cool. Well, then what do you say? Just use your words and communicate. Tell me what you would say. I'm interested. What would you say? Anyways, we're not talking about that question. But in this situation, something did happen. They're disrespecting you and your time. So you can say something. You can put this into words and verbalize,
They've done this more than once.
It sounds like it. Because
then it's kind of your fault for not saying anything at this point after the first go around, because you should establish exactly what's going to happen and what's going on. Like, I mean, I'll say that. Like, we have friends, family. They're like, "Hey, I'm coming over. I'm bringing the dog." I'm like, "No dog. You can come over. Don't bring the dog." It's just very easy to just state what you want.
Right.
And I think it'd be so much easier. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I just don't want other people's dogs here because we get all the fucking issues in the backyard. But that's the same thing. Like, I'm fine watching your kid. Be back by 10 o'clock. I want to go to bed.
Or if you feel like they ask you again and you feel yourself wanting to make an excuse. I think I've learned this more from you than anyone, because you're like, why make an excuse? Just tell them the reason why you don't want to do this is because of the way that they behaved before. So I think getting ahead of the problem and just being like, I would totally watch your kids. I still want a life. Like, no is also a full sentence. Like, you don't have to give an excuse, but I get that, like, it's your family, you want to help out. But I think explaining what the problem is might be beneficial. But if you just don't want to watch your kids overall, then you could just
the fact that you all gave them resources too, and they're like, "No, I don't want something." Like, are you fucking read the room?
Well, it's probably a trust
no one wants
thing.
to watch your kid.
Like,
you
they probably
fucking
just
asshole.
want family members.
Too fucking bad. This is what I want to be like. Well, I don't care what you want. Get a babysitter, or I guess you don't get to party and fist pump till 2 a.m. in the morning.
You don't have to say that. That's on them to come to the realization when they have no one to watch their kids that they don't have another option.
People are so dumb. That's so annoying. That's so infuriating that
Yeah.
people just aren't considerate of other people.
In this situation, I would address it. But if you truly just don't want to watch their kids anymore because you said like they're misbehaved, I mean, they're super young. Like, I think that's a valid excuse as well. You guys want your me time.
I just don't want to.
Yeah,
just say no.
But why is that a problem either? Why is that a problem?
Because everyone's scared of
hurting someone's feelings
and offending them. Yeah.
Everyone but to me, your me time is still just important. Is just as important.
We're already all right. Enough of this question.
Bring it up to them. Next question. Writing to find out if I'm the asshole. While pregnant, my husband's best friends booked a boys' trip to Europe. They're both very well off, and my husband told them that he can't spend the money to go since we have a baby on the way. One of them took it upon themselves to book my husband a first-class ticket to go with them on the trip. These are my friends too, for context, and they didn't think to ask me or my husband while I'm 7.5 months pregnant if booking the non-refundable $5,000 ticket would be a good idea or not. I thought it was kind of effed that my husband just decided he had to go since his friend spent the money while I was so far along in my pregnancy. I understand, but also it's kind of on his friend for just pulling the trigger on such an expensive ticket. Do you think my husband should have been able to tell his friend no? Or am I the asshole for thinking he should have stayed home with me?
He definitely should have said no. It's not your problem. Like, why would you just buy the ticket? You're overstepping. You're overstepping by doing that.
I don't think that his friend meant it in a malicious way of being like, I mean, there's no way that you're buying someone a first class ticket and meaning that in a malicious way. I just think it went over their head that you guys have your own lives. Maybe it wasn't even a financial thing. Who's to say? But that was his excuse. You have a baby on the way and you had other things that you were dealing with. So I don't think that you are the asshole for thinking your husband should have stayed home. Like, again, you could, at 7.5 months pregnant, you could still go into labor. I think at that point, I mean, you could go into labor at any time, but did your husband go?
Good question. Either way, no, you're not in the wrong. Like, it doesn't matter.
Sounds like he went.
Really?
It says, or am I the asshole for thinking he should have stayed home with me?
I think your husband probably shouldn't have gone.
No, I think at that point, his friend bought the ticket. Your husband had an option to say, no, sorry, like, you bought the ticket. I didn't say that I could go or that I wanted to go. There's other things that we have going on. The friend should have talked to you guys obviously before, but now that the ticket was purchased, if this happened to us and like similar situation, it would just have to now be a conversation between you and me. And I'd be like, do you want to go? Like, if I felt comfortable with you going, I would be like, just go, have fun. I'm annoyed, but
to be honest, I'm kind of annoyed because I would have been like, I didn't ask you to do that.
Right.
Now you're putting this on me it's almost like I feel guilty if I don't go.
Mm-hmm.
You, like you said, went over your head, but that's overstepping. That's overstepping on someone after they already said no.
Well,
like,
it puts you both in a bad position because then you're the bad guy if you're like, I don't want you to go.
Too bad. I'd be like, honestly, dude, I said no. So
no. Yeah, I'm talking.
You're gonna have to find someone else to go at this point.
Yeah, but if you're okay with your husband going, I think that's it's just a conversation though that you have to have.
The other part of this that your husband did he make an excuse on why he couldn't go, or just straight facts? Like he should have just been like, hey man, my wife's 7.5 months pregnant. I probably shouldn't go.
Right.
So like, it's kind of on your husband too for being like, oh, we don't have enough money. If that's not really the case,
right.
Just making out an excuse. Like, we're all fucking adults. No one should get offended if someone can't do something. First off, like, that's so fucking childish. And on the other hand, the person who's going to say yes or no to something, just tell the truth.
Right.
Who cares? Be like,
right.
Or just say no. Be like, nah. And leave it at that. What is the problem?
Because then it leaves no room for misinterpretation.
I don't feel like fucking traveling and going and doing this for 3
well, and
weeks
not
or
just
whatever.
that. It's like, okay, so his friend bought the $5,000 first class ticket. Fabulous. How much is everything else going to be? Like, and it's going to add up. I'm sure he's going to have a great experience if you chatted about what your finances look like, if he did go on the trip, whatever. But it's more of just like, to your point, the overstepping, the lack of boundaries there, or just not the ability to say no and kind of put your foot down in that situation. Right. So I think you have every right to be annoyed. I mean, but you're not the asshole for thinking he should have stayed home with you. No. Like, you're very justified in that. You're 7.5 months pregnant.
You're growing as kid.
Right. You're not hopping on a plane to Europe.
Right. What do you get to do?
Exactly. Like, fine, you get to go to Europe. Fucking book me a spa. Like,
Next
question. My husband and I have been together for 12 years. We're married, living together, currently renovating, and have a baby of 9 months together. We had challenges in the past, but recently my husband told me he is attracted to a woman that he met at a sports club. It is not the attractiveness that I mind, but more of him saying that I don't need to worry as he believes she would never make a move because she also has a boyfriend. I'm a bit worried about that, as it implies that if they or if she would be single, somebody would make a move.
This is so fucking stupid.
He also texted her a lot during my pregnancy. I found out before giving birth. I confronted him, and then he realized it was not okay and explained he was freaking out about the baby changing our and his lives. We talked about both topics, and he agreed to stop texting her as he does not want to damage our relationship. I want to believe him and trust him, but when I asked if he has feelings for her, he once said maybe a little, and then he regretted saying that. This freaked me out, knowing that they both perform the same sport and see each other often. I feel very insecure, and I'm afraid that he will grow feelings for her. What should I do? Sounds like he already has feelings for her.
I think you both are stupid. I just like, why is this a conversation? Dude, keep your fucking thoughts to yourself. Shut up. Don't act on it. Move on. She's hot. Whatever. Why are you telling your wife? What was the point of that? Hey, just so you know, do you have a guilty conscience? Are you trying to make her jealous? Are you bored? Shut the fuck up.
It's not even, but like at that point, like they were texting now previously. You found out during your pregnancy. No, so now he's saying he's attracted to her. Like, what are you, like the red flags are smacking you in the face and you're just, what should I, you're insecure that he'll grow feelings for her? Too late. Sounds like it's too late.
You opened that door by being like, whatever, like nobody, like, did she brush it off in the beginning?
No,
in the beginning, did she brush it off? She's like, I don't mind that he thought she was attractive.
It sounds like he admitted he was attracted after, but it's like, he texted her a lot during my pregnancy. I found out before giving birth, confronted him. Then he realized it was not okay and explained he was freaking out about the baby coming and changing our lives. We both talked about it. He agreed to stop texting her. Why is he texting this girl about the fear of this big change between you and him? If he's so afraid, doesn't he have guy friends? That
talk
he
to the one that you're
parents
in this situation with.
So again, like that is the first red flag, and now he's saying that he finds her attractive, but don't worry, she has a boyfriend, and now.
Oh my God, this guy's such a fucking stupid person.
But also, why are you choosing to believe that he doesn't have? That he's not pursuing her, doesn't have these feelings. The texting should have been it. You're not going to the sports club anymore. I don't trust you. And now you're just okay with him being attracted to her? I just don't understand. I don't get it. None of this is good. What should I do? Break up with your boyfriend?
Get help.
He's your husband, but
Get help. Get help for yourself too. I'm annoyed with her for some reason.
For ignoring the red flags.
Like, what are you doing? What was your thought process behind all this? Like, come on, people. Like, fucking grow a backbone. I don't care if you have one kid, if you have 5 kids. This guy's a fucking idiot.
When people show you who they are, believe them. Like,
boom.
And then when they do it again, believe them even more. But this sounds like it's not just like one situation. There's like 3 different instances here that he's telling you.
She knows the answer.
That I like this girl.
You know the fucking answer. I don't know why you wrote in. You know what to do. You know he's in the wrong. You need an outsider to tell you this. So here you go. You get rid of this fucking idiot. Go get help for yourself I don't know, to help you build confidence, to help you build like problem solving skills. I don't know. You need some sort of assistance in that realm too, because it's just scary how much you let slide
here. We're sick of these questions today, guys. If you're gonna write in, you know the answer. Break up. Just like the blanket statement for everything. Next question.
Honestly, I'm starting to think people are just writing in questions to fuck with us. I don't think they're real.
That these are fake. People are just like, let me write some bullshit.
Maybe because
they'll read this.
There's no way people are. These are real situations. The amount of like not common sense that people have in our society, I'm frightened. Just like,
Yeah.
just fucking think. Just think.
Again, I think that people don't like to. They like to put blinders on because they're comfortable. They've been together for 12 years. Why does she want to think that her husband has feelings for someone else?
He fucking told her. He straight told her, goes, I have feelings for this person.
But she doesn't want to believe that. She's in Delulu land.
You're right. Him telling you straight to your face. Yep, you're right. He doesn't think it. Honestly, next.
Well, John, he regretted saying that.
Next question.
So this one is for John. I know that
Just
I'm
skip
not
it.
allowed to give my advice here. This is just for you. I know that insecurity can kill almost everything in a relationship. No matter what, it will be something that comes up and creates nothing but problems. I mean, he's right. As we've seen.
Is this a question, or is this guy just telling me a statement, or what's the question?
Let me get there. As a man who struggles with insecurity, I've had to learn the hard way. I don't want to be insecure. In fact, I hate it. But my girlfriend wants to become a model. And while I just want to support her in whatever she does, and I know she will be great at it, I can't genuinely and honestly get myself to do it because the thought of other men seeing/objectifying her makes me sick. My thoughts are always, I don't want other men to see her in this way. Modeling is not the only thing. She also loves to dance, and a huge part of me wants all of this to be only for my eyes. I love her to death, and I don't want to stay in this insecure cycle or keep her from being her true self. I want to be a good and a secure man for her and do the change/growth required for that to make it happen. I know she is 100% faithful to me and would never cheat on me, so that gives me the perfect base to build on. But the possessive and jealous feeling stays. Have you had any struggles with this? Is there any way I could break out of this thinking and change my view on this?
Would you regret being that way? You know, you're going to lose her if you try to hold her back. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, because John, he can't hold me back. Like, I'm so beautiful. I'm a model. And he just, he has to share me with the world. So, he gets this more than anyone. Me dancing and being a model, shaking my thing. He gets it. So he's the one to ask.
You're right. I'm a lucky guy.
I know. My pits aren't sweating.
But if you have no reason to not trust her, then I would just focus on that because that makes it so much simpler. You don't have to worry about anything else.
I mean, I think insecurity can go across the board, between male and female. So I'm just going to give my 2 cents that it truly comes from within, that you have to be so confident in yourself that let's say, because she is out of your control. Number one, you can't control what she does, but I mean, she has her own brain, her own free will. So let's just say, for the sake of life, she does cheat on you. That's okay. Then you don't want her anyway. If she's going to show that side of herself, good. And I say that all the time. I'm if John leaves me for someone else, have her, then I don't want you. If it was that easy. And I think Shay Mitchell had actually brought this up on the Call Her Daddy podcast, where it's if it's that easy for you to be tempted by someone else and go to them, then good. I don't want you.
They did
at
you a
that
favor.
point. Yeah. So I think, but you have to know that you're great enough and be confident in yourself that she's not going to leave you because she loves you. And her going into this career is only going to, number one, help fulfill her dreams, her confidence, and make you look better. I just think it's going to come from within.
I always loved when other guys would admire the chick I was with. I was oh, I'm doing something right. Mm-hmm. You know? So it's almost more I'm fine with it.
Right.
I don't know if that's a confidence thing on my end or more just I look good.
Look what I landed.
Yeah.
Look
what I
at
did.
how hot she is.
Yeah.
And then you're just good for you, man.
But seriously, if you try to just dig your claws into her, you're gonna lose her. You gotta let her fly.
Let her
and
fly.
Focus on you, do your thing, and just be chill. It's all about just being chill.
I think just being each other's number one cheerleader is gonna be.
You gotta support each other.
Yes, and no matter what they do, and you should expect
Besides
that she would do that
people.
for you.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I mean, you're not gonna support a murderer.
I guess you're right.
So
Unless
not everything.
You're doing the good deed like Dexter. You're picking up the trash from the streets. But you got this, man. You know.
His question really was how does he
gain confidence and not be insecure /
It's kind of broad because what are you
jealous.
not confident in? Is it what you look like? Is it physically? Is it like how you
Well, like, how are you
have
confident?
conversations? What?
Like, when I post like thoughty pictures on the internet, like, how are you like, oh my God?
I guess I need to like it and give a comment. Wow, she's so hot.
You're like, oh my God, she ain't going nowhere. I mean, it's crazy, John. Like, I know that you deal with
Alex, this question
on a
isn't
daily
about
basis. It is, because you can relate. Like, you can relate to this guy.
You're right. You're right.
So your 2 cents is to wrap it up.
My 2 cents is support her in what she's doing. It's going to make her love you more, and just try to, I don't know, focus on you. Focus on what you're not confident about yourself and how you can work on that. I mean, work on yourself while she's working on herself. Because you want to, if she's bettering herself, which seems like she has a path and what she wants to do, you got to figure out your own path and grow in parallel, because that's another thing. You don't want to stay stagnant, because that's not attractive either. Okay.
Next question. My husband and I have been married for 7 years and have a 3-year-old son. When we got married, we wanted 2 kids, but my pregnancy was extremely difficult. I was sick for 20 weeks and the anxiety I had was awful and carried on into postpartum. My husband is a firefighter and he is gone 3 days a week, and I also work full time. I can't imagine adding another life to this beautiful chaos, and also just don't want to be pregnant ever again. I'm 35 and the risks are higher. I hate sending my son to daycare already and feel like 2 kids in daycare and then being home alone with them after work is just too much for me. And I know I am not a great mom when I am stressed and overwhelmed. I feel like another kid is beyond my capabilities as a mom and fire wife, but my husband says he's crushed because he always wanted multiple kids. Am I the asshole for changing my mind? I feel like my husband is not being realistic and doesn't understand that the things he wants more of right now, free time, travel, sex, etc., all go out the window with a second kid. But he is adamant that we could handle it. How many kids did you guys want? Has anything changed with Alex having a stressful pregnancy?
1. That's it. I always wanted 1.
You always wanted 1.
Well, no, sorry. I didn't always want to have kids, but like when we decided to have a kid, I only wanted 1.
And I think because we always were kind of like, we don't know if we want kids or not. Like, the number was never set. But I was like, if I do have kids, I want 2, because I was like, you can't just leave them alone. But after this, and I'm not going to say never, but like, my experience has truly changed my perspective, and I'll be happy if we can just have 1.
True.
So, I don't think you're the asshole. Your husband isn't the one who has to carry the baby, and it sounds like you're carrying a lot of the burden.
It's easy for him to say,
responsibilities.
Yeah. Is he
at
not?
home.
What's he doing?
I mean, well, he's a firefighter, so he's
3
gone
days a
3
week.
days a
But
week.
the other,
right? Is he involved when he's there? Is he willing to?
I had to do that math in my head. The other 4 days.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what is he? How
Is he at home helping or what?
Right. Is he an active participant in helping around the house, doing all these things? Like, it's, and I don't know. Again, we don't even have 1 kid yet, but from what I've heard, it's funny because actually I've heard several things. Some people are like, the transition from 1 to 2 is insane. And then other people are like, oh, it's not bad. But
Well, it just depends, I feel like.
yeah, to each their own. But I don't think you're the asshole for changing your mind. You have
You're
very
the one who
real
birthed
reasons.
the kid.
Right.
You're the one who went through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think what you say, you have more experience in that realm than your husband does.
Yeah. You have very realistic reasons.
To have a kid, both have to be on the same page. If you're both not on the same page, then I don't think you should do it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. What, right? Like, why would you have a second one if one partner does not agree?
Also, it's just like, sometimes things change. Like, sometimes life isn't what you thought it was going to be, and the end result is different from what you dreamed of years ago. You know, like, I think we talk about that too, when it's like moving different places. Like, oh, we thought that we would enjoy this, and then the season of our life passed, and so now we enjoy this area to live in, you know, between the city versus the suburbs. Not comparing that to having kids, but you might have envisioned it differently when you were first together dating about having multiple kids, and now that you're in it, you have a different perspective of what it's like. And so I think you just have to explain that to your husband.
Yeah.
Like, you guys do have to come on board together.
I think she's talked to him about it, but he's not like, he's still like holding his ground on what he wants.
Well,
so
the question is, am I the asshole for changing my mind?
no, you're not.
Overall, you're not.
No, you're not. That's it.
No, you're
No,
not.
you're not.
Because this is as hard. This is the
we
hardest thing.
We don't need a follow up.
This is the hardest thing ever. Cool. Amazing. Wait, I have a secret. Are you ready? You seem like you're engaged.
I'm ready. Go.
Open your eyes. Secret. My husband of 16 years cheated on me almost 2 years ago. We have done some intensive therapy and we are doing great now, but a huge part of that is that our best friends live across the street and have been the glue that have kept us together. Here's the secret. I have a massive crush on my BFF's husband. I would never act on it or stoop that low, and neither would he. But I have a great imagination, and fantasizing about him fucking me has gotten me through some intense periods of hating my husband. Also, it gives me a teeny bit of satisfaction knowing that it would kill my husband to know I find his best friend more attractive than him, and even worse / funnier. Don't cheat on your wives. The temporary satisfaction of getting banged will not be worth the absolute hell that follows when your wife gets a phone call from the other woman.
Oof.
That's it, because we don't give any notes on secrets. We just read them.
I'm noted out. I need my phone. I have a review. Yes,
Great.
I saw a funny one. Gay, 5 stars. That was the title. By Destiny RS11. As a lesbian, I rarely admire straight people, but I love you all.
That's honestly the best
I
compliment.
think that's like my favorite.
Also,
review.
happy Pride. It's Pride Month, so that's a perfect
cool.
review for Pride.
Let's go.
Let's go. You know, being in LA, I mean, I'm pregnant, so I probably wouldn't leave the house, but it would be fun because West Hollywood would be a blast right now.
I was in New Orleans with Goo, and we just so happened there was like a gay pride festival going on or something, and we're trashed, and we're watching the floats go by, and we're cheering, whatever. This person on a float, it was all pink, glitter, all this stuff, throws, I don't know what it was, but it was full of glitter, like a glitter snowball, hits me right in the face and like rolls my eyelid back and just jams glitter all up into my like eyelid. I start screaming. I'm like uncontrollably screaming. I'm in so much pain. And Goo had to grab my arm, go through the festival, get a ride back to the hotel so I can just stick my head in the tub to get all the glitter out of my eyeballs out.
That sounds traumatic.
What an asshole. I was like cheering. I was like, woo!
So be careful out there, guys. Don't get glitter bombs in the face.
Massive glitter bomb.
But speaking of like pink and glitter, makes me want to watch Barbie. Anyways.
Cool. Guys, like, subscribe, email, comment, do all those things, please.
If you want to email us, you can reach us at hello@giveittomestraightpodcast.com. You could send us an anonymous message in our show notes or at the link in our bio, and you can find us on all the socials at Give It To Me Straight Podcast. We will see you next week.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.